we are back with this series. Welcome to another video, guys. My name's Tom, and today we are back with the ranked lobbies. Like the last episode was in August, and here we are in December for the third episode of our ranked lobbies on F1 2019. We are already with A rank, thanks to this race that we had at Japan. 5 red lights, and away we go. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the race, but thankfully I got the highlights of this race. So heading to turn 1, starting in P2, still in P2, a little bit of contact with the black car behind us, but we managed to keep the position, and then was just trying to catch first place, which we were doing in lap 2 and lap 3 or so. But then we made some mistakes, and you're going to see that we're going to lose the back end. A bit of a fishtail on the last corner. It's very hard to manage the last corner because it's very unpredictable. If you put the throttle down just a little bit earlier than you should, you're going to lose the car, and that's pretty much it. But it's just a question of getting some practice. But we're going to cross the line. It's going to be P2, and we're going to get a rank on the safety side of things. We managed to spin on the start-finish straight, but we managed to cross the line in P2, and here we are in Bahrain. I joined another lobby and I decided to wait, and we are watching the guys making their qualifying. Make sure to smash like and subscribe to see plenty more Formula 1 content. Really motivates me to make more. And 5 red lights, and away we go to the Bahrain Grand Prix, starting in P7. Not many people on the lobby, which was a little bit unfortunate, but these races were very entertaining. Ending to turn 1. We're not going to head into turn 1 because the game, the multiplayer decided to crash, and here we are once again in Bahrain, and that was kind of a coincidence, drifting a little bit through the long left-hander. We clipped the curb on the outside, and that sent the car into a huge oversteer moment. Opened the DRS. We're going to cross line. We got purple on the third sector, and it's going to be, I believe, P3 at the end of the day with a 1.604. We're running with the stock setup because unfortunately I don't have setup for Bahrain. 5 red lights once again for the second time in this episode, third time I should say. And away we go to the Bahrain Grand Prix. It wasn't the best start at all. Criving, the black car, had a better start, and we are now into P5 as someone dive bombs Crive on the black car, and we're going to be a little bit pinched. I had to back off because if I wouldn't do that I will have some front wing damage, but we're going to press on. Let's see if we can get a podium in this race. But this guy seems to be very pacey, and the setup of the car is not the best. It's a stock setup, let me say, it's a stock setup, and the car is not the way that I want. But like I said, we're going to press on. Let's see if we can overtake Crive, but we're going to clip the curve. We're going to lose the car. Can I save that? No. We're skidding all the way through the track, and we are out of the race.
Let me know you're all right.
Well, it seems that Bahrain is not being a very good track for us today. First we got disconnected and we crashed. It was my fault. I shouldn't clip that curve. But we're going to move on into Shanghai qualifying, and let's see if we can get a good result. We lost some points, obviously, with that crash, but let's see if we can mitigate the damage in this Chinese Grand Prix. And a good braking zone on the hairpin. And now we have one corner to go, using fourth gear, now third gear. A little bit confusing on the gears. We lost a little bit of time, but we're going to open the DRS across the line, and it's going to be 133.3, and he's going to be P3. No, he's going to be P2, 2/10 off of the first place on pole position. Everything is on A rank, S rank and B rank, so these guys should be pretty safe, so they give me a little bit of confidence. 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it slides out, and away we go. And it seems that is a very good start. Let's see if the second phase is even better, and we are into the lead as we go into turn 1. Can we hold this position? Is still on the outside. Now we have our line, and we take the lead of this Chinese Grand Prix as the green and black car gave us a touch and sent us the car sideways, but we managed to save that. That was a beautiful drift. I thought for a brief second that I was on the drift championship, but we're going to press on lap 2. We set the fastest lap. Yeah, obviously when you set the fastest lap on the first lap means that you're leading the race, but we're going purple on the first sector, and trying to press on to pull away off second place to break the DRS window. And it's going to be another fastest lap. So pace has been really good, but you're going to see that the guy in second place, or Wood, that's his name, is setting fastest lap. So we have to press on. Look how close it is. We have, and at the same time we have to manage to save our battery. I always save a little bit the battery on the first stage of the Grand Prix and then push on the final lap, on the final 2 laps, and we did so. We pulled away of him, and it's going to be, you know what? It's going to be our first race win on the rank lobby. So that was pretty good. Get in there.
Congratulations, mate! That's a fantastic win! Simply fantastic! Hey, nobody expected that result.
Haha! Rob was looking ecstatic on that team radio. Please, please, we want Rob from F1 2010 on F1 2020. Codys, can we have that, please? I really miss Rob. I think he's the best team engineer that we had, but nonetheless, regardless, he's our first win on the ranked lobby. So things started very badly for us. Some mistakes at Japan, then Bahrain was the thing that you saw, and now at China we got our first race win at a ranked lobby. I'll pretty much take that every single day of the week, and now we move on to one of the hardest tracks in the calendar in Monaco, and things didn't start very well for us because we cut the corner, the first corner, and the lap was invalidated. But I decided to press on to see how was the pace against these guys, heading through one of my favorite sections of the track, that is the 3rd sector, flying through to back, and then the swimming pool chicane. Those complex of corners are really amazing to do in a Formula 1 car. Across the line, it's going to be a 111.9, so 4/10 off pole, but unfortunately going to start in P7, which is very bad, especially around Monaco, where track position means absolutely everything. But we'll see if we can climb through the field. 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's lights out, and away we go for the 4th time in this episode. The green car moving sideways, and we're going to hit another car because it's decided to squeeze a lot, and we lost a bit of our front wing. So we're going to see the replay of that. So 5 red lights, yes, and now we're going to see in slow motion, he out of nowhere moves to the right. I don't know if you see him or not, but yeah, it's clearly his fault. He sent the car into a spin, then the car slowed down. I wasn't ready, and we lose a bit of our front wing, but we're not going to give up. We're not going to stop, because that would be silly. We would only stop if we had a red front wing, but that's not the case. It's just a yellow damage, and this car in B5 Vupu Alpha, these names are very complicated, sorry, is showing to be a little bit slow, because making some mistakes, and it goes deep into the Novo chicane, so as me, but I managed to go a little bit slower. He put himself onto the wall, and we managed to get that position, but I was a little bit distracted from him going wide, and Novo chicane, the braking zone at Novo chicane is a little bit hard to manage, at least for me. These guys had lost a bit of front wing. I think we didn't lose despite touching, you know, the wall. I was forgetting the name. It's a wall. Nonetheless, we're going to try on the inside through to back. No, we're not going to do that, because that would be stupid. And we're going to try to chase down this guy that seems to struggle a little bit with pace. He should have more front wing damage than me. We'll see. Going through Raskas, he's going to tag the right rear, and he lost a little bit of time. He did it like a bottle of Ben in the F1 2016 YouTuber Championship. If you remember that episode, you're an absolute legend. But we're going to try to press on this guy. He's doing an absolutely amazing defending job. I have to recognize that. As you can see, covering his line through the tunnel section, and he's showing to be really hard to overtake. And we're trying and trying and trying, but there's absolutely no room to overtake. And that's why qualifying at Monaco, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the best, one of the most important qualifyings in the F1 calendar, because look what is happening. I'm faster than him, but I can't find a way to overtake him. Maybe there is. He runs wide through 48, and we managed to take P4, and it's going to be our finishing position. But look at the time that we lost. What could have been? We lost even more bits of our front wing, and at the end of the day, it's going to be P4. We could have done a better job. We were like 4/10 of the qualifying time. I would be a little bit ahead of the accident happened on the start-finish straight as the lights went out, and we would have probably our front wing intact, and we maybe would chase down for the race win. I don't know, but it's before. Yeah, it's okay. But now we're going to move on to the final race of this episode. That is going to be around Hockenheim, intermediate conditions in this qualifying session. This is actually my first time going on wet conditions in the steering wheel, so let's see if we can do a good job. It seems that not going through that happened. Let's see if we can get some pole position and see if I am a hidden sinner. I don't know, no, I'm very far from that. But you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Being a very good driver on the wet, we lost a little bit on the back end on the fast right-hander. Now we're doing a drift contest on the third sector, trying to keep the car on the road. These tires are melting at the rear of the car, and we managed to save the car through the last corner. Hot lap mode, max fuel mixture. I should go on lean because to minimize the wheel spin. And we're going to cross the line, and I think it's going to be P3. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, it is P3, and in the race is going to be dry conditions, so we could show a little bit of more pace because I was struggling a lot in this lap, but we'll see what we can do. Final race of the third episode of F1 2019 Prank Lobbies, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. It was an okay start. The P2 Febrezuka covers this line, and we ran a little bit wide on turn 1, but no one is threatening us, and we're going to try to press on, maybe win this race. The guy that is leading has master rank, so I think the racing win is out of the bag because this guy should be an F1 veteran. I don't know, but we're going to press on, see if we can get at least P2. I think P2 is on the cards today. He pulled away actually a little bit, but now we're going to see as we go into turn 1, we're going to gain a lot of time, feeling more confident on the first corner. And in this race I had a proper setup for this track, so pace is going to be I hope that is going to be good. And we're going through the start finish. This is not the start finish straight, this is the DRS zone. The DRS is not enabled yet, but we are in the slipstream. Can we make a dive bomb heading to the hairpin? It's going to be absolutely amazing. Can we make it? We're going to try go on the inside. It's going to be really tight. It doesn't give that much space. In consequence, we banged wheels, but I think that's legal. And we take P2 at this German Grand Prix with a beautiful overtake, but I think he's going to try. Yes, he's going on the inside once again through the Mercedes grandstand, and we're still side by side. I'm going to try to squeeze a little bit off to the track to get a little bit of more traction, but he managed to keep the car alongside mine. But now we're going to have the inside line through the long right-hander, and we take P2 of this German Grand Prix at Hockenheim. Is the replay on the inside. He was very aggressive in his defending job because he didn't left many space. I was going, I think I should go in first gear to get a little bit on rotation, to get the car rotate a little bit better and avoid contact, but we received a 2-second time penalty, but no worries because we're going to cross the line in P2. He started to lose some pace. I don't know if he carried some damage thanks to that battle with me, but regardless, it's going to be P2. The guy is on master rank, so I'm happy with P2. Yeah, it was pretty good. This episode started very slowly with mistakes at Japan, like I said, and Bahrain we got disconnected, and then we lost the back end on the second attempt, and then that resulted in a crash where we lost our wheel. But then we won at China, our first race win on F1 ranked. I never had a win in any F1 ranked games since F1 2018 that we have ranked lobbies. I never had a ranked win on F1 2019, so this win felt really good. It was commanding. I had to push a little bit to pull away of that guy. Then we had Monaco. That was yeah, it could be a little bit better if I didn't cut the first corner on qualifying. We could start way ahead of the field. But nonetheless, now we are in silver level 3 in terms of skill ranking, and let's see if in the next episode we can get onto the gold tier. But guys, that was the episode. Make sure to smash like and subscribe to the new team, plenty more Formula 1 content and more F1 online ranked. It really motivates me to make more. I'm really happy to be back with the ranked lobbies, and at the end I think it was a very successful episode despite that slow start. So I don't know, can we get better? Can we get a gold rank in the next episode, or even better in the next few weeks, in the next few months, before F1 2020 gets on the market? Can we get master rank? I don't know, but if it's possible, I'm going to try. No promises.